People wonder why we need a union at Starbucks, and I am literally about to quit. Like, I don't know if I'm gonna do it, but like, I really want to. I almost walked out today, and I'm crying in the back room right now, and I almost cried on the floor. It's just, I'm like a full-time student. I get scheduled for 25 hours a week, and on weekends they schedule me the entire day, open to close. I'm on the schedule for 8.5 hours, both Saturday and Sunday. I'm like 3.5 hours into my shift. There's so many customers, and we have 4 people on the floor all day. And we have 4 people on the floor all day.
I think it's about time that we all started praying to God that Putin and Xi Jinping don't have any designs on the West. Because I think we might lose. This person is crying and shaking on the floor uncontrollably because they've had to do an 8-hour shift at Starbucks.
Only 5 people were put on the schedule, and somebody had to call out. And there are 4 people running the whole store, and there's so many customers, and there's possibly scheduled 5 people. We only have 13 people employed at this store, and there's so many customers.
Hey, how do construction workers and nurses and people like that feel when they see a video like this? How are those chilblains on your ears going, power line repairman of Alberta? You think you could hack it 8 hours at Starbucks? There's a lot of customers.
And there's so many customers.
Now, I've just got a sneaking suspicion that this generation are not prepared for nuclear warfare.
一声道，是一次重塑。
海上、空中、陆上各作战机组已修订完善作战计划。
一声道，是一场冲锋。
Прежде уже никого не волнует. Теперь важно то, кем ты будешь сегодня. Что ты знаешь о себе? На что ты способен? Вопросы могут остаться без ответов, но разве ты сможешь потом спокойно спать? Узнать себя, познать границы своих возможностей. К черту границы! Ты готов ломать себя до изнеможения. Каждый день здесь боль закаляет. Шрамы, повседневность. Это ты решил себе что-то доказать. Это ты пытаешься увидеть в каждой тени своего врага, потому что без врага нет боя, а без боя нет победы.
This is the story of a soldier who operates your nation's Patriot missile defense systems. It begins in California, with a little girl raised by 2 moms. Although I had a fairly typical childhood, took ballet, played violin, I also marched for equality. I like to think I've been defending freedom from an early age.
Everything's just completely fucked.
We don't have fair scheduling. Managers don't care about us. Our manager was supposed to come in this weekend, and he took himself off the schedule, so he wouldn't be able to be held accountable for calling out. He just literally tore down the schedule that he was scheduled on and put up a new schedule where he wasn't on the schedule. Also, he couldn't have even seen that he was scheduled in the first place because he didn't want to be held accountable for not wanting to come in.
So I think that roughly translates into Old English of about 20 years ago, where we would have said, instead of, my manager's not on the schedule, he tore down the schedule, I don't... What he means to say is, I guess, oh, what a dick. Our manager is such a dick. Not pulling his weight and he's just leaving us to do all the work. I swear to God, I'm going to quit. How are these people capable of going through any kind of hardship with this level of intolerance to suffering? And I think that's the thing. They aren't. Humanity seems to have peaked about 20 years ago. We reached the utopia that we had been striving towards for so long. Now, obviously, there's loads of factors and loads of nuance, but I am going to generalise here. basically for the last 20, 30 years in the West, in modern countries, in developed countries, any problems that we have are to a certain degree self-inflicted. And what I mean by that is not that an individual hasn't had factors in their life that have made them a complete fuck up as an adult, right? Obviously you can have horrible parents and all these kind of nasty things, diseases that can happen to you, and that's obviously not your fault. But I think we had reached a point in society where it was about as even a playing field as we're ever going to get. And when you take away the day-to-day struggles of needing to put food on the table, struggling to keep starvation and pestilence at bay, the basic necessities of life just become meaningless. They lose value. You don't appreciate them so much. And what you become jealous of are people who have more luxuries than you, or what you perceive to be greater freedoms than your own. And when you can't by your own means attain the luxury that other people have, you start to look around at your abject comfort, and some people think to themselves, why don't we just smash this all to pieces, raze it to the ground? The system is the reason that other people are living better than me.
They don't want to help us.
You know, there's a lot of people around the world that they don't want to help. You know, this disgruntled Starbucks worker should try talking to some Nigerian Christians or the parents of Yemeni children that have been starving to death for the last 5 years. Now, obviously, I'm being hyperbolic. I know that a middle-class kid who works in Starbucks is not going to have the same reaction to stressful situations as somebody who goes through abject horror every single day of their lives. But for fuck's sake, have a little bit of perspective. You don't like your job, but your job is making coffee for people at Starbucks for 8 hours a day. Chill the fuck out.
We need a union because this can't happen. This can't happen. We need fair scheduling. We need managers to hold themselves accountable for helping their workers. They refuse to turn mobile orders off. We need the liberty to be able to do that because there's so many mobile orders and I need to get through all of them. And then people are yelling at me because I don't have their orders ready and they don't know what to do.
I think, again, talking of perspective, we have to keep things in perspective here. I guess not everyone in this generation is as weak as this individual. But clearly we've become more accommodating to this kind of behaviour as a society. And to be honest, I don't know what the solution is. I don't know. Tougher parenting, tougher schooling, I don't know. Exposing kids to more danger, I don't know if that's the right word. Hardship, suffering, I don't know, learning how to delay their gratification somehow. Obviously, I'm a parent myself, and no parent likes to see their child suffering. But there is definitely something to be said for allowing a child to go into situations where they may be exposed to danger on some level. I don't fucking know, but they should be able to make coffees at Starbucks without having a mental breakdown.
And a customer was misgendering me today, like really badly. I didn't have their order ready. And so they were just like talking to each other and they're like, she's clearly incompetent. I have a full mustache and beard. What the fuck?
Yeah, didn't see that one coming.
I don't get accommodations for being neurodivergent.
Accommodations for being neurodivergent? Can you serve coffee? Can you serve coffee without having a mental fucking breakdown? What accommodations can you make for a Starbucks worker? They have to serve coffee. I'm sorry if I sound ignorant. I apologise to anyone I'm offending. But really, what accommodations do you have to make for this person? Can he or she make coffee? Great. You're hired. You can't? Well, how would you like me to accommodate your not being able to make coffee?
I don't... I can't use... people get mad at me for using my sick time. I don't even know what to do anymore.
I think this person, what they really need is, a man manager. Someone to come and put an arm around them and say, go out there, you get out there and make the best damn frappuccino you've ever made. Let's go, soldier!
I'm like at my wit's end with this job. I really am.
The poor sausage is at its wit's end. Let's take a look at these two newbie roughnecks. I guess they know how he feels.